Hello, Levitical Kingdom Privateers. On September the 12th and 13th, we are hosting the first annual Holy Nation of the Ecclesia Conference. The theme is Threshold Covenant, with great worship brought to us by the Woodcock Singers, a great MC known as Plain Flyer 21, speakers like Dr. Mike Spalding, Jim Odell, Randy Conway, C2K Rick, and our keynote speaker, the world-renowned Vicki Joy Anderson. And don't miss a very special and world-altering Friday night event that will equip you for what is coming. Admission is free for our naturalized families and very affordable for our guests. Head over to c2kreport.com and scroll down on the homepage to find our link to purchase tickets for your friends and family. And remember, it's all about the blood.
If you saw a child actively being abused, would you stop it? If you had the ability to heal all children of all incurable diseases, would you do it? If you had special powers where you could predict when a genocide was going to occur and you could do something to prevent that genocide from occurring, would you prevent it? If you had the ability to control weather and you could prevent natural disasters from ever harming innocent people, would you do that? If you were the creator of all life and you could see before you make each creation what the outcome of that creation's life is going to be, would you still create the ones that are predicted to have a horrific life? Depending on how you answered those, congrats. You are more moral than the all-knowing, all-powerful God that many people believe in.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Privateers Volley. Oh, boy. It's going to be an eternal conflict. As much as I talk about patriot groups, this is the Privateers Volley, not the Patriots Volley. Okay, Privateers Volley. Welcome back. Now, this one is a really fun one. I've been looking forward to talking a little bit about this particular Instagram reel. This lady, her channel's called Eve Was Framed. So you can kind of tell where she's coming from here. She's somebody who comports to have at one time been a Christian, but too many questions, too many hypocrisies, and now she's happier than ever being who she is outside of Christ. So, these 5 questions that she asked are really questions about if you were God, would you? And I'll answer every one of these, in accordance to my personal belief. And let's just read through them. If you saw a child actively being abused, would you stop it? Well, yes, I would. If I actively saw it, right? That means I'm present. Number 2, if you had the ability to heal all children of incurable diseases, would you do it? Well, of course. What person without a heart that's present in the moment and seeing that children are dying from incurable diseases would say no to that, right? If you had special powers where you could predict when a genocide was going to occur and you could do something to prevent that genocide from occurring, would you prevent it? Well, yes, of course. Here I am present on earth, and if I had some special power where I could predict that, of course I would try to do something to prevent it, because that's just great, right? That's great. If you had the ability to control weather and you could prevent natural disasters from ever harming innocent people, would you do that? Of course. Of course. If I could control a tornado and make it go over here instead of over here where there's houses and people, well, sure, of course, I could do that. I would do that. That would be absolutely perfect. If you were the creator of all life and you could see before you make each creation what the outcome of that creation's life is going to be, would you still create the ones that are predicted to have a horrific life? Well, if I were the creator, right, I would rationalize with my little emotional peon brain, and I would say, yes, of course, I would, only make people, I would only make my creation to prosper. I would never make my creation to have a terrible life. Well, do you know that every one of these things are also the heart of God? Do you think he made natural disasters to kill people? No. They serve a purpose. And that purpose is beyond me. Because again, this is God's creation. He created a system. It does particular things for particular reasons. It's not chaotic. Anything chaotic about it is man-made. Okay? Do you think that God would actively allow a child to be abused? No. The heart of God would say, don't abuse any child. Let them all come to me. Right? So what is it about that equation that creates the conditions that we see on earth today? It's us. It's the evil that we do. And, well, then why can't God stop it? If he's all powerful, why can't he stop it? Well, he doesn't stop it because guess what? He handed over some of that authority to us as his ambassadors. And we've done a horrific job because we didn't understand it. We didn't understand it. And in fact, there's more people in authority and power on earth today that are God haters. No, let's put it this way. Christ haters than there are Christ lovers. Okay? So, yeah, we have problems. We have problems. Would God do something about it? Of course he would. He created a system that wouldn't do that. He has laws. Okay? If you had the ability to heal all children from incurable diseases, yeah, of course, he would do that. He created a system that was perfect. There were no incurable diseases. In fact, the ones that came about before Noah, he actually put it in a book for Noah and said, here's the cures to all of the things that vex you. So, yes, God would not want any of these things. You have special powers that you could predict when a genocide was about to occur, right? Well, you know what? God knows when the conditions are right for genocide. God certainly sees that the genocide is happening. Well, why doesn't he do something about it, Rick? I mean, he could have done something about it. Yeah, he could have. He tried to. And guess what? We failed. It's not his failure. It's our failure. Anything that goes on this earth, it's not because God allowed it to happen. I hate that. I personally hate that. When somebody says to me, Rick, you allowed that to happen. No, I did not. I did not open the door and says, please, go do that. No, it happened. It happened because the conditions were right for it to happen, and I did nothing. Right? Because I look at myself as inferior. And God says, you're his ambassador. Is that inferior? No, that's not inferior, but we see ourselves as inferior. What can I do? I say. Don't you say the same thing? Well, all these terrible things are happening, but what can I do? God's got to do something about it. Well, he did. He sent his only son to come restore a system and make you an ambassador to fix it. Have you fixed it? No. Have I fixed it? No. I keep seeing myself as inferior. And until I stop seeing myself as inferior, and I start seeing myself in the role that God gave me to have, things on this earth are going to continue. But Rick, evil exists. What are you going to do about it? Well, guess what? I'm God's ambassador. There's a lot of things I can do about it. But I have to trust and believe his plan. What was the other one? If you had the ability to control weather. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You think God wants people to die in tornadoes? Yeah. I mean, he would have that all of us prosper. He would have that not one perish. He would have that we all live with him forever and celebrate in the new Jerusalem. But that's not what's going to happen. You know why? Evil. Man. Us. We did it, not God. We're the ones who abandoned him. He did not abandon us. If you were the creator of all life and you could see before you make each creation what the outcome of that creation's life is going to be, would you still create the ones that are predicted to have a horrific life? I just said it. He would will that every one of us prosper and be in good health. That's not a horrific life. Horrific lives happen because of us. It's our choices. Does God know what's happening? Of course he does. But do you think he's going to step in when he's given authority? He's given us authority. And sometimes it's us who create the problems. So what do you do if you're God and you honor contracts and you've given your ambassadorship over to the church, to the people of God, and the people of God refuse to take it? Because they believe in a lie. They believe in the Babylonian system. What do you do? This has been another Privateer's Volley, and I hope that all of you have a wonderful day. Blessings to you. See you next time. Remember, everything we do here at Privateer's Volley, it's all about the blood.